Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. So are you in your 20s and are considering to become rich before you get to 30? Then if that is the case, this is the right video for you. So having been in the game for the last 10 years, I can be able to speak fluently about the journey to becoming and speak to you out there who is looking for a come up and who is looking for guidance that is actually sober and measured, because I wish I had this opportune moment when I clocked 20, because my now could have been so different. So if you are in your 20s and actually are interested to carve your rightful position in the economic table, then make sure you watch this video all the way to the end, because I'm going to speak to you, because you will find great value and be able to position yourself to become the best version of you. So being in your 20s is actually the best time of your life, but it is also the most critical age for you to make decisions, because it is the most critical age when it comes to making independent decisions that will actually affect your lifetime. And therefore, it is not only a transition from childhood into adulthood, but it is an age that is instrumental when it comes to your financial life, because it is in your 20s that you actually make serious career decisions that you have to follow. It is in this formative age that some of you will be able to decide what business to get into. It is at this age that some of you will find yourself to become parents, and it's also at this age that some of you will find an opportunity to either make a decision to travel into a foreign land. And therefore it is so critical for you to have a measured way of thinking so that you can be able to set yourself and take off, not only financially but also socially, while you start making critical decisions that actually has nothing to do with your parents and has more to do with who you want to become as a person. And this is the opportunity for yourself to actually start making decisions that you will actually never regret. So if I was in my 20s, I'll take a serious look into the career choice that I'll actually make. So I know social media has a serious bearing and serious influence on us during our 20s. We get blinded on a sober way to actually make a career choice, because you see, social media actually portrays a life that is so sexy, a promise that actually sometimes doesn't exist, and the social media marketing department doesn't make it easier for a 20-year-old to actually make sober decisions, more so when it comes to careers. But if you're in your 20s and you're not shy when it comes to actually putting in the right amount of hard work, then I'll seriously consider getting into a serious traditional trade. For example, there's a shortage of carpenters and actually people dealing with woodwork. There is going to be a shortage of plumbers, electricians, HVAC technicians, specialized construction workers, and people that actually have a high level of expertise when it comes to this type of crafts. And therefore, if you're in your 20s and you don't mind being handy, then this is the right pathway, despite social media making it look otherwise. You can also look into growth industries, more so in the tech sector and the artificial intelligence. These industries will continue to be growth sectors into the foreseeable future, and therefore positioning yourself, if you are in your 20s, and jumping ship into these sectors will actually make you more money in the long term and be able to position yourself in a career pathway that actually makes sense. So if you have the necessary brain power then you need to consider yourself into getting a career that is around any STEM courses, so that you can avoid these low diet degrees that are actually going to make you suffer when you come out into the job market. So you need to get into serious STEM courses that will actually give you a skill set that is not only highly paying once you get out of campus, but that is also future-proof. So the beauty about the tech industry, it is highly skilled, but it has low barrier to entry. So you will be able to slide into the job market without accumulating a lot of debt, and also be able to get a high pay. So these trades and skills, from a career point of view, will actually differentiate you from your peers. And to me, they seem to be recession-proof and good career choices that an average 20-year-old can be able to get into and come out a success if they can be able to put in the time and the right amount of effort to master the necessary skills that are actually required in the marketplace. And the beauty about getting into some of the trades that I've talked about is that artificial intelligence or any new technologies that are going to come into play as a result of technology are not going to affect some of these trades. So these are rock solid, proven industries that will continue to be cash cows for the average person. And they continue to be career opportunities that actually have a low overhead cost as compared to careers like medicine and law that require a lot of initial capital investments and also time. So if you want to quickly slide into money and do something that you actually love, that is not going to put you in a lot of debt, then you need to get into these trades or these high-tech, skill-based opportunities so you can be able to quickly take off financially once you slide out of school into the job market. So secondly, if you're in your 20s and want to position yourself to become rich, then you need to create a form of system that allows you to make money while actually doing what a typical 20-year-old is doing. So in your 20s, you are basically a party animal, you are a freebie, you spend a lot of time in moving from one club to another, and that is normal. So for those people who find themselves extremely social and trying to make a mark on the social scene, then you need to craft a way to actually make money out of it and also create stronger social circles that will actually propel you into wealth. Therefore, you don't need to drink yourself crazy, but you can be a part of these social scenes and be able to actually make money out of it. So for instance, you can actually become a promoter for these social events so that whenever you're going to a club, you don't need to pay because you're the promoter. And also, there's good perks that come with being a promoter for events. You get paid, you get access to ladies and males, depending on your gender, so that you can be able to be on the social scene, but also be able to generate a good amount of income while partying. Besides being a promoter, you can be a DJ if it is a skill you want to learn, or manage social media pages of these joints so that you become a part of the system instead of using all your pocket money or the money that you have and spending it on the party scene. So you need to position yourself so that you can be able to make money while enjoying yourself, while enjoying your 20s. So thirdly, I know this is going to be unconventional, but if you're in your hometown, then try as much as possible to have good relations with your parents so that you can actually overstay your time at home and be able to save up before you move out. So if you can take advantage of your parents and relatives and be able to stay with them for as long as possible so that you can reduce your expenses at an earlier age and save almost 90% of whatever you earn, then you will be able to position yourself financially once you move out. But again, I know that is unconventional. I know some of the parents may not like that, and I know some of you may be waiting for that opportunity to get out of your parents' places. Then more power to you, and it's a beautiful journey to actually start out being independent. But maybe it may require of you to work more and save less, and therefore somebody will be able to take advantage of staying longer with their parents or relatives, will be able to save up for a down payment or just have enough money for the emergency in their emergency accounts because they reduced their expenses. So if it is something that can actually work for you, then consider taking that as an added advantage and an opportunity for you. And also on the same point, you should be able to stay away from accumulating consumer debt, because being in your 20s, it is the notorious age, is the don't care age. And a lot of us find ourselves abusing the opportunity of credit that is available for us and just spending without thinking about the future. And therefore, you should safeguard your credit as much as possible and stay away from debt, because that will set you up and be able to give you an opportunity to start with a clean slate instead of working to repay debts which you accumulated just having fun. And finally, if you're in your 20s, then this is the right time for you to travel the world. So if you get an opportunity to go study or to go travel in a foreign country, then this is the right time for you to do so without actually thinking. Because it is in your 20s that you're actually free to be able to travel without a lot of headache from having responsibilities of family, friends, and whatever the case may be, because you are a free agent, and the opportunities that comes with somebody who is well traveled in their 20s are so immense that you should consider actually traveling to a foreign land so that you can be able to open up your global reach and be able to expand your networks and experiences in a different culture, in a different economy, and be able to interact at a global level. So in summary, if you're in your 20s, then consider taking seriously the type of career path that you actually choose. 2, if you are to party, then create a system whereby you are actually being paid to actually have fun. 3, reduce your expenses as much as possible by overstaying in your parents' or relatives' houses for as long as possible, and also try to avoid getting into debt as much as possible. And finally, if you get the golden opportunity to travel outside the borders of the country that you were born in, then don't think twice, because it is in your 20s that you can actually freely travel and be able to experience the beauty of being in a foreign land without the pressures that comes with being an adult. So if you're finding these videos useful, then don't hesitate to subscribe to our channel. Also, like, share, and comment down below. Thank you, and see you in the next video.